Hello everybody, it's sPidA here, coming soon podcast, of course, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, being joined by Sholder. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks.
Now, of course, we are here in San Antonio, Texas. Is this the first time being in San Antonio?
This is my first time, yes.
Okay, well, welcome to San Antonio, first of all,
thanks.
man.
It's a beautiful city. I really like it here.
Yes, sir.
Good vibe.
Now, of course, where are you coming from right now? Where do you reside?
Well, now I'm living in North Carolina, up in the Smoky Mountains.
Okay, so of course, you guys have snow right now?
Yeah, what?
You guys have snow? How's the weather out there?
Well, we will get snow at some point.
Oh, okay,
Not
okay.
a lot, but we're up in the mountains, so it's, in the wintertime, sometimes it's really cold, sometimes it's not so cold.
No, yes, sir. Now, of course, I mean, we are here for the Freddy's Frightmare event, and being a producer, man, a writer. I mean, of course, I'm
not a producer. Don't insult me.
No, sir, and I won't. But as far as the films, I mean, when it comes to the sequels, is that a thing? Is that something that just happened when it came to actually being able to work on those films?
Well, yeah. I mean, Wes was supposed to direct the sequel to Elm Street, but he never wrote the script. And I guess, when it got close to shooting, he decided he really didn't want to do it. And so I was kind of very familiar with the project, and I was familiar with New Line Cinema, the producers, so they asked me to do it. And I thought, well, why not? So I ended up doing it.
No, and of course, when it comes to opportunities like that, even back then, were those like some that you just couldn't say no to, or would they just work?
Well, I actually said no.
Okay.
I actually said, well, I didn't say no, but I was kind of thinking no, and then I spoke to a friend of mine who was a Hollywood producer, and he said, Jack, don't be an idiot. The movie's going to make a lot of money, and you'll have a good career as a director. And so I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'm not doing anything else. I might as well. I'd already directed one feature, and this one here, Alone in the Dark.
Yes, sir.
Which is really good, but it never got it never found a big audience. So I thought, okay, maybe this one will make some money, and it made more money than the first one, and directed movies for the next 20-some years. So
No, for sure. You see, and of course, this line of work. When did it start for you? I mean, what was it that got you into films?
An acid trip. I wanted to be a writer. I dropped acid. I realized words were meaningless, so I couldn't write anymore. I had a girlfriend who really liked movies, and I thought, hey, I should be a movie director. I mean, why not, right? So I kind of single-mindedly thought that I would become a movie director, and eventually I did. I was lucky.
And of course, I mean, when it comes to writing, did you stop writing in general?
No, I actually I wrote my first feature. Probably part of the reason I got to do it was because I wrote it.
Right.
And I've written two other features. I mean, another one that I Wishmaster 2, which I wrote.
Yes, sir.
Wishmaster 2, this one here.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote another one for Columbia Pictures, so that I didn't direct.
You see, now when it comes to, like I said, sequels, I love sequels. On this one, I mean, was it an opportunity that arose to you? Did they say like, hey, you know what, we need somebody? I mean,
with Wishmaster?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, basically, they had offered me the first one, and I wasn't interested. I didn't particularly like the script, and then they offered me the second one, and they said you can write it as well, and you can do anything you want. We don't care. So I thought, well, okay. It's kind of an interesting concept, you wish for something, and if you could get anything you wish for, but then the wish sort of turns around, and
it actually turned into Wishmaster 2, so that's pretty good, man.
So I thought, okay, and I thought I could have some fun with the ideas, which I did.
No, yeah, I'm definitely a fan of it. I mean, of course, when it comes to you having to do events like this, do you enjoy these? I mean, do these kind of get you out there and get you to maybe network a little bit more?
Well, they're kind of fun to make for the most part. I mean, to the extent that making movies is fun.
Right.
I mean, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's horrible. As I like to say, I've had some of the best days of my life on a film set and some of the worst.
No, yes, sir. Now, of course, when it comes to being a director, of course, it was the opportunity to be an actor or come out in movies. Was that ever an opportunity?
I had no interest in being an actor. I
Okay.
studied acting, but I just mainly so I'd be a better director.
Okay. And of course, as far as in the works, I mean, what do you have going on right now?
Well, I'm trying to get a vampire movie done.
Oh, nice, man.
Really interesting script, so I'm hoping that we can finally get it made.
Wow, and is that something to look forward to for the new year, like next year?
Hopefully next year.
Nice.
We'll see. We'll find somebody who's willing to put up some money.
Of course, of course.
But I have a pretty good track record, so.
And when it comes to, I mean, this film coming up, I mean, do you already have like a lead actor in mind or somebody that?
I have several people in mind.
Okay.
But, like,
No,
you
I
could
get.
say, hey, I want to get Tom Cruise, but he might not necessarily be available.
Oh yeah, he might be busy flying airplanes or something. Who knows?
So you just have to, at some point, sometimes it's dependent on who's in the cast. Sometimes
Right.
it's not. So I think in the genre movies, it's more dependent on the genre.
Right.
Less than who's the star. I mean, Elm Street. There were no stars. I mean, Robert Englund became a star.
Right.
But at the start, it was the concept.
Yeah. No, you see, and of course, I mean, when it comes to making a movie, I mean, you kind of never know who's going to come out at the end when it comes to being a star, because they could be. I mean, look at Johnny Depp. Nightmare on Elm Street 1. I mean, they found him, they saw him, and they put him on TV.
I was talking to Ronnie Blakely, who's sitting over the next table, and I said, "Did you know he was going to be a star?" And she said, "Not really."
Yeah.
I mean, there were certain people. I've worked with a lot of actors, and I've cast.
Right.
I've had casting, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of actors, and there is such a thing as star quality.
Right.
50 people come in and read the role, and you're sick of it and you can't stand it anymore. You want to cut it out of the movie.
Right.
And then one person comes in and everybody's just like that.
Yeah.
And it's just something. It's a gift.
No, yeah, I mean, definitely, man. And of course, it's got to be a mix of a lot of things. I mean, of course, opportunity. I mean, if he would have said no, then he would have never been seen. So, who knows what would have happened, But I mean.
Well, yeah. But I mean, there are certain people who they look different in front of the camera. I mean, I've seen actors and they look different.
Yeah.
You look at them and then you look through the lens and they look different.
They're like, wow.
They look bigger somehow.
No, true, man, and of course, I mean, good for the guy, of course. But I thank you for your time. I mean, of course, director Doc Sholder, my man. Looking forward to that movie. I mean, is there a name for it, or do we just have to keep an eye out?
Night Rose.
Night Rose, man. I like it. So hopefully next year, man, or hopefully you said next year, maybe, possibly.
I hope so.
All right, everybody, of course.
Keep your fingers crossed. Light a candle for me.
Yes, sir. Of course, everybody out there, of course, keep an eye out for that. Of course, once again, Jack Sholder here, Coming Soon podcast. Till next time, follow up.
Okay.